Former President Donald Trump's property in Mar-a-Lago, Florida was just raided by the FBI. In this shocking video, I'm not actually going to be talking about Donald Trump or even brand new current affairs that you'll see on the news. I am going to be referring to what's happening in this country because that's the main question. What does this mean about what's happening to our country?
For the first time in American history, the FBI has conducted a search at the home of a former president of the United States.
The outrage in the wake of the search was swift.
This is going to absolutely enrage the country.
The way our federal government has gone, it's like what we thought about the Gestapo and people like that they just go after people.
Days later, an armed man tried to break into an FBI office in Cincinnati, Ohio, with an AR-15 in hand. America is struggling with anger and discontent.
Because he's governing our country the identical way a villain would handle wrestling.
It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation.
On the left,
it feels like a betrayal. It feels like my country doesn't love me.
And on the right, especially in the wake of the Mar-a-Lago search.
This country was stolen to a bunch of fascists.
Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students.
Trump supporters are ready to take up arms.
They're waiting for the word go. Somebody like Donald Trump. These people see their country slipping away, they believe, and they think they have no choice but to act.
Similar threats emerged in the days ahead of January 6th.
Why do the politically aggrieved turn to violence?
He is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him.
You are losing your country. These are the types of phrases we see again and again and again online, and then echoed either explicitly or implicitly by political leaders.
A survey released just last month, stunning, finding that half of all Americans expect a civil war in the next few years. The president who helped hold America together during the last Civil War, Abraham Lincoln, famously warned that a house divided against itself cannot stand.
At least part of the United States population is convinced that the danger is real. They have to force their government.
Outbreaks of violence against federal installations like the FBI and other federal institutions that mount and mount so that there is violence in the streets.
In this shocking video, I'm not going to be getting into Donald Trump. I'm going to be showing you something that was actually recorded many years ago by Yuri Bezmenov, a former KGB agent. And he was talking about the 4 stages of ideological subversion in a country. You're going to want to hear this because it actually almost completely predicts what's happening in the country right now. It follows the 4th turning theory of crisis cycles. And in many ways, it's something that you're going to want to understand as far as why do we see all these supposedly unpredictable crisis events happening in our country? Is this something we could not foresee in the past? Actually, it's quite predictable, and it was predicted by Yuri Bezmenov. So I'm going to show you his thoughts, and I'm going to show you how he's not actually complete. He doesn't go into the spiritual. He doesn't really show you that there is a deeper, fundamental law of causality that does not operate by force. I can't wait to show you this episode, but if you're squeamish, understand you're going to have to hear some things that you may not like to hear about what has been happening in this country and how perhaps you, whether you're on the left or on the right, that you may have been sucked into in the form of a national brainwashing. So, if you're into that, I promise that if you make it to the end of this perilous episode, you will realize that the power has been within you all along. It's much more artistic. It's much more beautiful than you may realize. It's not forceful. It's not violent. But it will take effort. Are you ready? Then go to Ben Joseph Stewart, sign up, become a member, and get access to my entire library of content that is uplifting, pro-potential, and non-divisive.